What's good? How y'all doing? It's Tomahawk Tony right here. Um, you know how I do it, man. Everything serious, right? We'll set it off with the intro.
A4 Media, all rights reserved. How we gonna do it? No way! How we gonna do it? No way! How we gonna do it? No way!
Hello? What's up, girls? Ain't nothing. This nigga in here stressing, talking that off the wall, back to Africa shit again. What? That guy body shit? Yeah, that dumb shit. I'm trying to get up out of here. I hear that.
But you're not black. We only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians. They don't look like Indians. We gonna get this work. We gonna get this work. We gonna get this work.
Got no strings. I've got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. They've got strings, but you can see there are no strings on me.
We gonna get this work. We gonna get this work. We gonna get this work.
We're part of an international organization, Mr. Welch. Two of the greatest thinkers in the world believe social scientists must be allowed to study human behavior unfettered by conventional concepts. And believe me, these social scientists know incredible amounts about the human mind and behavior since we started these experiments. I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go.
I wanna know what's going on, baby. Yes, I wanna know what's going on right now. Oh, what's going on? Tell me, yeah, what's going on? All right.
The movement, if it wanted to, but it has gotten into the possession of a man who's become senile in his old age and perhaps doesn't realize it. And then he has surrounded himself by his children who are now in power and want nothing but luxury and security and comfort and will do anything to safeguard their own interests. So I feel responsible for having played a major role in developing a criminal organization. It was not a criminal organization at the outstart. It was an organization that had the power, the spiritual power, to reform the criminal. And this is what you have to understand. As long as that strong spiritual power was in the movement, it gave the moral strength to the believer that would enable him to rise above all his negative tendencies. I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell Nazi and also the Ku Klux Klan. There is a conspiracy.
Describe this conspiracy.
Well, the Ku Klux Klan made a deal, or yes, when I said that no one can clean up our home but us, and that we will clean it up, including and no one should control it but us, including the politics. What do I mean? I mean exactly that. In unity, intends to get involved in every kind of action that's going on in New York City. We don't intend to let anybody downtown influence us in any way, shape, or form. We want the influence to come from Harlem and from other Harlems around the country. Now, this doesn't mean we're outside of Harlem. This doesn't mean we're anti-Bronx or anti-White Plains or anti-white or anti-German or anything like that. But it means we're pro-Harlem. We're pro-ourselves. We want to start doing something for ourselves. That's all it means. It means that we want to stop begging you for your school. We want you to get out of the way and let us straighten out the schools in Harlem.
Who gonna get this work? Who gonna get this work? Who gonna get this work? You're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
A4 Media. All right, reserved. Yeah, man, how y'all doing? So as you see, man, and as you know, today is, Memorial Day. I'm gonna call this time Immemorial Day. All right. And, every day for me is like time Immemorial Day. You know what I mean? Our people, you know what I'm saying, our elders, our predecessors, our American people, you know what I mean, that transition, our ancestors and all of that, they with us every day. And for myself, I'm not negligent of that fact. This truth, you know what I mean? I'm not negligent of that. Think about my people every day, you know what I'm saying? And through me doing my genealogy and remembering what my peoples told me, when I was young, to things of which they have shared me recently, you know what I'm saying? I can't forget my peoples, man. And, it's real crazy that, we see so many and we hear so many of our people, pretty much in my opinion, just being negligent, man. It's like playtime for too many people. It's too much playtime going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is us, man. This is us then. All right. I probably done seen me showing these pictures before. Probably seen these pictures through other people and all of that. But I'm just making a point here. You know what I'm saying? This is our people. This is what our people is known for. And this right here, this text that I've already shared with y'all, this is real serious for us, man. And I would encourage you on this day and every day forward, you know what I'm saying? You don't let this information or let this awareness leave your mind, man. We cannot afford to be negligent right now. Might get in some reading these texts and things of that nature. Y'all just familiar with me. Y'all know how I do. You know what I'm saying? I'll be reading things. But basically, this time Immemorial Day, man. Every day's time Immemorial. You know what I mean? And cowboy season is over, man. You got too much work out here to be doing, to be playing with these people, man. Got too many people playing. Now motherfuckers won't be playing without people that's putting in work out here. You know what I'm saying? Busting down these motherfucking deceptions, these fraudulent, deceptive ass niggas been maintaining all these years against our people. Them dudes ain't got no fucking solutions, man, because they dead is heavy of a network these motherfuckers got. You know what I'm saying? We would have seen some real world fucking activity going on, but we ain't seen it. Motherfuckers is mixing and mingling with all kinds of foreign factions and shit, and then presenting this motherfucking foreign bullshit to our people as if this shit really gonna do something. I done said it before and I'll say it again, yo. If somebody telling you that you black when your skin is brown, that means that motherfucker lying to you, man. It's that simple, yo. Now, it gets a little more detailed when you know who you are. And you know you ain't no African, you know you ain't no foreigner to the Americas. And what I mean by being a foreigner to Americas, I mean like, yo, your peoples didn't immigrate here to the Americas. Our people been here. We've been doing what we've been doing here. And we're dealing with some thorough conspiracies and thorough strategies of war. I would just share this video a minute ago. And, you know, this is somebody's grandmother right here, 65 years old.
Justice in America has become like a lunacy, and it needs to get its strength again. When I was young, and my peers were, we feared getting pulled over to get a ticket that we would have to beg mom and dad to pay for us. Today, that fear in my soul has gone ballistic. Because now I can't trust. Now I can't trust a blue light. I can't trust it. It's just damaged me. It's hurt me. It's left something in my soul that I'll never forget. And no one should live like that. No one should live like that.
We are here to talk about Mama Campbell, a mother and a grandmother to our community that was just trying to make an honest living as a Lyft driver. And we are here today as representatives to let the people know that we do not condone this type of behavior in our state. And we will not stand for police officers to treat senior citizens like Mama Campbell in this way. All that Mama Campbell wants is for this police officer to publicly apologize and to apologize to his parents for acting in such an indecent manner.
In our community, every time we exercise our basic human rights, we're punished. She asked for help, and it escalated. This was nothing more than a ticket, a traffic citation. And it escalated to jail time for a grandmother with diabetes, with health issues. The inhumanity didn't stop there. When she was transported to the jail, they didn't have her medicine. They didn't see her needs. They didn't assist her the way they should have. They failed Mama Campbell. Our community will not fail Mama Campbell.
Officers have to realize that when they pull folks over, you don't know what health condition they may be in. You don't know what they are currently experiencing. And we all know that officers have the authority to use discretion. But we continue to see that the discretion to escalate violence is continually used against our community and folks who look like myself. And so to the officers who pushed and pulled Mrs. Campbell, to the officers who yelled in her face profanities, I would ask you this: is that how you would treat your grandmother? Then don't come to our communities and treat our grandmothers that way.
All right, so I got some issues with this presentation. You know, I appreciate you know, the content. However, what I don't appreciate is the fact that, you know, they're saying that this grandmother who was abused, mistreated in public, all right, by members of law enforcement, if you will, who received whatever kind of training they received. They said all she wanted is apology. Now, I'll show y'all something. I shared this a minute ago. Emotional distress. Look at this: mental injury and tort laws. Real simple. 40 shared this information, but I'm not, yo, we cannot allow these people to just be cool with these kind of fucking abuses of our people. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so we see here. Just gonna take it back real quick. Okay, time Immemorial Day. What you see here? Obviously, our people was dealing with some bullshit, and so they responded the way they responded to the bullshit these foreigners brought to us. They came here, we did not go to them. That's the difference in this equation here. We didn't go to them with the bullshit, man. They came to us with it. And there's things in law which we could do in addition to what you see right here. We have options. And I'm tired of hearing all this motherfucking slave talk. I'm tired of hearing all this blackity black talk. I'm tired of hearing all this bullshit, man, because that shit is old, outdated. That shit is fucking silly to me, man. It's silly, man. 20 of our people is supporting silliness. Yo, a goddamn apology? Yo, nah. Put that law on their ass. All right? Force that law. All the motherfuckers that was around her, you know what I'm saying? They need to be getting at these. Yo, our youth need to be dealing with them instead of dealing with a motherfucker that stepped on your sneakers, man. Our grandmother shouldn't be having to go through this kind of shit. None of our people should be having to go through this kind of shit, man. And by just ask for a goddamn apology, these motherfuckers is goddamn actors, man. They'll act like they're apologetic. Now you heard these weirdo niggas talking about unapologetically black. Well, these motherfuckers is unapologetically foreign, colonizing, and just saying fuck you. They're unapologetically doing that shit. Unapologetically, man. Now, the best form of apology, in my opinion, is fucking performance. Performance, man. How many of our people was dealing with this emotional stress and shit, man? I mean, you just heard what the woman said. You just heard what this grandmother said, man. And yo, this kind of shit was not tolerated by our ancestors, man. Elders in your own relatives wasn't tolerating this shit. You see this picture here? She wasn't tolerating that bullshit. It's one of our American women, one of our mothers and daughters, potentially a grandmother. She wasn't tolerating that bullshit. Time immemorial. What does that mean to you, man? I mean, yo, this past week I got sent all kinds of videos about these Pan-African motherfuckers trying to debate with our people that's supposed to be representing our American people. And from what I was listening to, the quote unquote representatives of our American people, yo, they couldn't even communicate properly. Therefore, that showed me these motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because if you don't even know your own shit, you ain't got nothing to stand on. Memorial Day, the foreigners, they sent their slaves over here. In order for these slaves to eat, yeah, they had to be pretty much some fucking mercenaries, man. The mercenaries towards our American people. But they couldn't fuck with us. But they could fucking develop fucking strategies and tactics so that they could do some shit like this. I done showed y'all this before. Indian allies were entitled to a premium for every scalp of an enemy. Their nations are split up into fragments. The son is arrayed against the father, brother against brother, families against families, tribes against tribes, etc. Right? And y'all probably seen me do this before. King Ferdinand letter. Do it again. Where we at? Here we go. Going right here. Should you fail to comply, delay maliciously in doing so, we assure you that with the help of God, we shall use force against you, declaring war upon you from all sides with all possible means. We shall bind you to the yoke of the church and of their highnesses. We shall enslave your persons, wives and sons, sell you or dispose of you as the king sees fit. We shall seize your possessions and harm you as much as we can as disobedient and resistant vassals. Now, when we know things like this, when we are aware of things like this, that this is a mentality that has been brought here to whereas, you know, these people are the agents over 500 years later. This is over 500 years later, man. Treat you as disobedient vassals, right? And all of this shit's illegal. This shit's illegal. This shit's illegal. Because it causes this kind of shit. And not limited to this either. But yo, seeing these videos, if you're in a let's say natural state of mind, all right, you'll see that this shit will cause emotional distress, man. Thing is though, I translate my emotional distress into I'm gonna do something about this shit, man. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm not in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in Georgia. And I gotta reach out to some people in Georgia to get some more information about what the conditions is out there, you know. But I'm where I'm at right now, and I'm putting in work out here. And I'm sharing information, I'm encouraging people to put in work, and I'm getting with others who sharing with me how to put in greater work. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it's about, man. We gotta keep the honor and the dignity of our people healthy. This shit's about legacy, man. Now, I will just share this right here, what I'm about to show y'all right now. Give me 1 second while I pull this up. I was shared this a couple weeks ago. Now, give me one moment. We're gonna get into some shit real quick. Because this is the work that we currently gotta do. Albert Pike, all right? This motherfucker was a goddamn KKK motherfucker, man. Okay? Let's go to the masonicinfo.com. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there for now. You know what I mean? Y'all can further your own research. I done read this dude's books. So, this guy right here, did you know this motherfucker had a hand? Albert Pike, okay? This guy. This motherfucker here. He had a hand. Look at this. A crusader for justice for Native Americans, okay? Remember, these motherfuckers know law. They know what a fucking Native American is. A motherfucking Native means a fucking slave. That's simple, all right? It means a fucking foreign fucking slave, okay? Yo, let's listen to some of this video real quick.
I have been asked by the organizers of the webcast Worldwide Exemplification of Freemasonry to present a lecture on Freemasonry, Albert Pike, and the 5 civilized tribes. It is a lesser known aspect of the career of the great 19th century Scottish Rite leader in America that I'm happy to do so. Regardless of whether we came about it illegally or by coercion, one thing is certain. It can safely be said that no other state in the United States has a richer Native American culture and heritage than Oklahoma. And up until the last biennial census, Oklahoma had the largest Indian population in the United States. California can now make that claim with a little over 363,000 Native Americans, compared with 264,000 for Oklahoma. In any event, the tribal influence which prevailed in the pre-statehood era of Oklahoma can readily be seen in the state's name itself. Oklahoma is from the Choctaw words Okla, meaning people, and Huma, meaning red. The land of the red people ranks among the largest number of different tribes, with 39, represented by tribal governments, and we certainly have a rich legacy of Native American involvement in the affairs of city and state and in Freemasonry.
Yo, now, I'm gonna do this for clarity real quick because, these motherfuckers, man, they be playing word games, man. Yo, they speak with forked tongue. Our ancestors knew this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they'll say one thing to you. The next thing you know, they got some shit in writing saying something else. They know exactly what the fuck they saying. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and run this old video from my other Tomahawk Tony channel. Let's define native. All right. All right, so here we go. Where we at? Native. A natural born subject or citizen. Subject is pretty much a fucking slave, man. Very similar to that of a fucking citizen. Them words are synonymous pretty much. One who owes his domicile and citizenship to the fact his birth within the country referred to. All right. The term also include one born abroad if his parents were then citizens of the country, not permanently residing in foreign parts. Right. The word natives, as used in Alien Enemy Act, refers to person's place of birth, so that a person remains a native of country of his birth, though he has moved away therefrom. One who was born in Germany and later became a citizen of France was a native of Germany. Okay. Here we go. Nativa, a nymph or female villain, so called for the most part bound by nativity. All right. Nativi conventional. Villains or bondsmen by contract or agreement. Nativi de stipite. Villains or bondmen by birth or stock. Okay, this is out of Black's Law Dictionary too, by the way. Nativitas, villainage. That state in which men were born slaves. All these words are related. This is not a fucking game here, okay? It's real simple. Pull up Black's Law Dictionary and look up native and just go through the list, man. Real simple. Nativus, Latin and Old English law, native specifically, one born into a condition of servitude, a born serf or villain. Born into a condition of servitude, all right? These are the word games, man. So anyway, I think y'all got the point. Feel free to check out the video. Source text is all in it. Niggas want sources, but they don't want to read, right? You know how that go with the Peter Pan African motherfuckers. You already know what's up with them. And yo, shouts to African Americans and Africans, man. Shouts to A4 Truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's time Immemorial Day. And like, yo, we gotta be on point moving forward. Same way our ancestors was on point. You know what I'm saying? We are here to advance and further the work of our ancestors, man. And that is securing our legacy. That's my perspective on it. We have to be aware. So much information out here. And yo, too many people is spending time on the wrong shit. Too many people, our American people, spending too much time on the wrong shit. Yo, weekend just passed. 3-day fucking weekend, quote unquote Memorial Day, right? An abundance of consumerism. An abundance of consumerism. Meanwhile, real world problems is going on. Our grandmothers is being subjected to this kind of abuse. Grandfathers, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons. I mean, children, our youth being abused in school by fucking adults and shit. I mean, how the fuck they calling police on our like, I'm talking about like kids for real. Like, I mean, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Police got our kids on a fucking floor up in the school and shit. And like, yo, our youth is under emotional distress, heavy emotional distress. And unfortunately, we got X amount of adults that act like fucking kids who ain't trying to fucking come to the assistance and aid of each other. No fucking support from one another. This is separate. This is the true fucking division here. This is the true division. When you have those of us that support their own, and you got those of us that go against their own. That's the true division. Whether it's internal or it's external, meaning whether it's going on inside your home or it's going on outside your home. Thing is, this is a fucking American community, period. The Americas is ours. We got a duty to this. We got a duty to each other. It is fucking shameful. It's fucking disgusting We think about things that when we think about and we know the things that our elders and our ancestors experienced through these foreigners. I done did quite a few presentations, man, most of which contain horror stories in it. But let me read something to you, though. Let me show you something. Indians, they entertain the greatest respect for the aged and tender and are unwearied in lavishing delicate attentions on them. Their friendship is inviolable. And we are told by Carver in his travel with what moderation, humanity, and delicacy they treat female prisoners, and particularly pregnant women. Yo, basically, our people was not the fucking savages in which they fucking falsely portrayed us to be. Now, that shit ties into is the foreign literary fraud. Now, I done gotten into that shit previously too, but I'm gonna go into it again. This is literary fraud right here. I have not imitated, therefore, the lazy writers who have pretended to give us histories of America and have commonly produced mere sketches of it, full of neglects and defects. Such were Robertson, Holmes, Torrance, Herrera, etc., with a crowd of imitators and compilers, which confine themselves to some years or a single region, or the mere first Spanish invasions. They have, however, acquired some reputation either by style or manner, but they have degraded history by giving sketches instead of it. We must accept Herrera, who does not shine by the style, but is at least a faithful analyst of the Spanish deeds and colonies during 62 years, from 1492 till 1552. But Robertson, although praised for his style, is only his unfaithful and imperfect imitator and the obvious slanderer of the American nations. Yo, the foreigners know exactly what the fuck they done did, man. They know exactly what the fuck they don't. Thing is, do we know? We need to know primarily what we're doing. And we still need to be aware of what the fuck the foreigners doing, because the foreigners are here on our shit. And they're not giving a fuck. An apology is not going to get them to give a fuck. No. There's other means to get a motherfucker to give a fuck. They need to feel the emotional distress. They need to feel that shit. Difference is there's truth on one end of the spectrum and there's fucking lies on the other end of the spectrum. Truth versus lies. Truth versus abuse. We got to stop abusing ourselves and each other, man. We got to stop tolerating that shit from ourselves. The negligence is fucking abusive, man. The incompetence is abusive. The irresponsibility. The self-determined and self-perpetuated indignity. That shit's abusive. And we cannot afford to fucking normalize these indecent behaviors. Shit cannot be fucking normalized and accepted and tolerated. And our youth get to watch this shit. Our youth don't need to be seeing all that ignorant shit on the fucking World Star. No. They need to be seeing things like this. Yo, the truth of our people. That's what our youth need to be seeing. They not seeing in these motherfucking public schools. That shit was set up to fucking fuck. That shit was set up to destroy us, man. I'm gonna locate some books, some old texts that I came across. I read these things a couple years ago, man. But we got chiefs blatantly saying, "Nah, we ain't sending out our boys to your schools." Why? Because the chief told the Englishman, the British dude, when our boys come back from their schools, our boys don't know how to speak their languages no more. They don't know how to hunt. They basically good for nothing. And then fast forward what we see today. Listen to what some of our mothers and daughters be saying. Listen to what some of even our fathers and sons got to say. We got too much motherfucking incompetence and indecency. It's a fucked up investment. And people don't even know what a real investment is. What you're doing with your energy, that's an investment, man. What you do with your energy, that is an investment. Yo, the quality of your output, that determines how much you invested your energy into something. Did you see this representative in this video here? Did you see her with the Chanel earrings? You see that? Look at that shit. She invested more in the Chanel earrings, in my opinion, than she did in pursuing quote unquote justice for this grandmother. She's a representative. And like I said, I don't know everything about this incident here. However, just listening to what was this, a press conference or something, this presentation, all right? Just listening to that, I'm like, yo, that's it? Versus we listen to the foreigners talk, right? When you listen to these foreigners talk at their press conferences, they talking bold and big shit. I'm talking about bold and big. Even a false flag events that occurred. They talk, we will not tolerate gun violence. And damn, like, I mean, you get real passion out the motherfuckers. And they acting. But there's an agenda. Yo, I'm looking at it like this. Too many quote unquote black people ain't got no fucking agenda, man. Maybe because they black. I mean, I know the definition, the synonyms of black, all right? Yeah, I'm gonna get to this Albert Pike joint most likely at another time. Yo, I just want to give you that introduction to that part. But now I'm about to jump into this shit real quick. Because I think a lot of people don't miss this. Where we at? Let's address the African and black bullshit. I think this is the one. I think this is it. Matter of fact, no, it might be. Okay, dealing with all that bullshit. My apologies, it's the wrong video. Damn. I believe it was defamation of character, part 1. All right, so we're gonna go to. We want to find the synonyms. All right. Because I already did a comparative analysis of the two. I already compared the two terms, all right? Yeah, here you go right there. Black synonyms. Okay? Look at this shit. Tragic, disastrous, calamitous, catastrophic, cataclysmic, faithful, wretched, woeful, awful, terrible, formal, grievous, miserable, unhappy, sad. Yo, this all sounds like emotional distress to me. They treat motherfuckers like they black, right? By being treated like you're black, all right, you're automatically put into these emotional states of emotional distress right here. That grandmother, this grandmother right here, okay, I'll run this shit back. This woman right here, Rose Mama Campbell. I had a grandmother named Rose. Shit's crazy. Anyway, she said, yo, basically everything she described, yo, it's all right there, man. That was a fucking disaster. It's tragic watching it. That shit was calamitous, what they did to her. Yo, that shit's catastrophic. That's just cataclysmic because it's not just happening to one of our grandmothers. There was a woman in California a couple years ago beaten by CHP and shit, beaten on the side of the road, man. And it's like, damn, like it don't that shit don't matter. Motherfuckers still go to the fucking clubs and shit. Same motherfuckers that go to these clubs, are they going in the same numbers to make sure that our people get the results in which they need? I mean, this is real simple shit right here. And we cannot be negligent of these simple things because motherfuckers running laps on our people based on simplicities. Simple shit. Simple shit. We got options. Simple options. It's just a matter of us being attentive and truly desiring and being aware of how we can effectively invest our energy. Investing our energy into each other is what this shit's about. Versus invest your energy into these foreigners, and the foreigners, they're like, oh, well, thank you, but fuck you at the same time. Thank you and fuck you at the same time. Yeah, I just wanted to share this with y'all. You know what I mean? Know what you're doing out here. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote Memorial Day. Yo, do what you can for you and yours, you and your peoples, man. Know who your peoples is. Know who they are, man. You know what I'm saying? Our youth is watching. Just like you was in your youth and you was watching, you seen a whole lot of fucked up shit. You seen a lot of different things. You may see some good shit. You may see some bad shit. Whatever it is you seen, thing is you saw it. You watched it happen. Right? There's a time where you transition from watching to doing. Okay? There comes a pivotal time in life where you stop watching and you start doing. Whether you're doing it for yourself, doing it for your people, sure, keep in mind, you got to transition from doing shit for these foreigners, man, because they ain't doing shit for you. It's documented. They want us fucking exterminated, man. Extermination is desired. Extermination is desired. Their lands are serviceable to us. Look, North American Indian, on the contrary, prefers banishment, even death, to slavery, but his lands are serviceable to us. Therefore, his extinction seems to be desired. Right? The servant of man. The other disdains to become a servant of man, and his whole race is devoted to gradual extermination. And yo, I've already presented this. Yo, we cannot be negligent. Yo, share the information. I done told y'all the names of the books, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Get into it, man. Share it with your people. Yo, this is the investment of your energy. Being aware. Getting with those that are aware. Being prepared. You know what I'm saying? Securing your collective investments of energy and all of that, man. Yo, Cowboy season is over. Yo, I'm out, man. Y'all be good.
A4 Media, all rights reserved. How we gonna do it? No way! How we gonna do it? No way! How we gonna do it? No way!
Hello? What's up, girls? Ain't nothing. This nigga in here stressing, talking that old off the wall, back to Africa shit again. What? That guy body shit? Yeah, that dumb shit. I'm trying to get up out of here. I hear that.
But you're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians. They don't look like Indians.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work.
Got no strings. I've got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. They got strings, but you can see there are no strings on me.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work.
We're part of an international organization, Mr. Welch. Some of the greatest thinkers in the world believe social scientists must be allowed to study behavior unfettered by conventional concepts. And believe me, we've learned an incredible amount about the human mind and behavior since we started these experiments.
I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? This is the most important and crucial period of your lives. For what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go.
I wanna know what's going on, baby. Yes, I wanna know what's going on right now. Oh, what's going on? Tell me, yeah, what's going on? All right.
The movement, if it wanted to, but it has gotten into the possession of a man who's become senile in his old age and perhaps doesn't realize it. And then he has surrounded himself by his children who are now in power and want nothing but luxury and security and comfort and will do anything to safeguard their own interests. So I feel responsible for having played a major role in developing a criminal organization. It was not a criminal organization at the outstart. It was an organization that had the power, the spiritual power, to reform the criminal. And this is what you have to understand. As long as that strong spiritual power was in the movement, it gave the moral strength to the believer that would enable him to rise above all his negative tendencies. I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell Nazi and also the Ku Klux Klan. There is a conspiracy.
Describe this conspiracy.
Well, the Ku Klux Klan made a deal, or yes, when I said that no one can clean up our home but us, and that we will clean it up, including and no one should control it but us, including the politics. What do I mean? I mean exactly that. Community intends to get involved in every kind of action that's going on in New York City. We don't intend to let anybody downtown influence us in any way, shape, or form. We want the influence to come from Harlem and from other Harlems around the country. Now, this doesn't mean we're outside of Harlem. This doesn't mean we're anti-Bronx or anti-White Plains or anti-white or anti-German or anything like that. But it means we're pro-Harlem. We're pro-ourselves. We want to start doing something for ourselves. That's all it means. It means that we want to stop begging you for your school. We want you to get out of the way and let us straighten out the schools in Harlem.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. Come on!
You're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
A4 Media.
All rights reserved. Yo, y'all be good out there. Much appreciation.